Well, hey there, garbage lovers, and welcome to another trash-talking episode of This Show Is Not Rubbish. Sorry. Excuse me. I seem to have a bit of a frog in my throat. Let's see what the thing in the bin has for us to experiment with today. A glass bottle, filled with some wet stuff that could really help soothe my throat. Thanks, thing. How thoughtful. Oh. Let's explore some trashy facts. Ooh, a message in a bottle. When lightning strikes sand at a temperature in excess of 1,800 degrees Celsius, glass tubes called fulgurites will sometimes form. Amazing! Glass is made by melting quartz sand, which is mostly silicon dioxide, also known as silica. However, a few other things are generally added. Sodium carbonate, sometimes called soda ash, helps lower the temperature required to melt the sand. But this creates a glass that dissolves in water, which is not ideal. So calcium oxide, often called lime, is added to prevent this from happening. The result is a glass called soda lime glass, which is the most common form of glass. It's used to create everything from window panes to light globes to bottles. Coloured glass can be created by adding metals to the recipe, as pure metals, metal oxides, or other compounds. The creation of coloured glass can be quite a complicated process, with various additives being used to subtract and add tints. But in general, gold can be used to create shades of cranberry and ruby red. Cadmium is used for some yellows. Chromium creates a dark green glass, and if you add tin and arsenic compounds in on top, then emerald green is the result. Cobalt is used to create blue, manganese for purple, and erbium is used to tint glass pink. The oldest message in a bottle was found 132 years after it was thrown into the ocean. The bottle was found at a remote beach off the coast of Western Australia, and it was initially thought to be just another bit of rubbish. But upon closer inspection, examination, and study, it turned out that this was a much more remarkable find. And what was the message on the water-soaked parchment inside the sand-filled bottle? Was it A, a love letter, B, an SOS from a shipwrecked crew, or C, a treasure map? Well, actually it was D. None of the above. Dated June 12, 1886, the message simply asked the person who discovered it to contact the German consulate. The bottle had been thrown from a German ship as part of an experiment examining shipping routes. Treasure map would have been so much more exciting. So, have you ever noticed that the more you sip from a bottle, the lower the sound when you blow across the top? Fun! When you hear a sound, it's because something is shaking or vibrating. In this case, it's the air inside the bottle that's vibrating. With a small amount of air, those shakes are fast. They have a high frequency. And fast, high frequency vibrations means a high sound. With a bigger and bigger volume of air, the vibrations slow down and the sound gets lower. Slow vibrations, low sound. But that's just one way to make these bottles sing. There is another. Of course, the question is, as the bottle fills up with liquid, will the sound get higher or lower? That is, will the vibrations get faster or slower? What do you reckon? I'll give you a few moments to have a little think. Well, let's give it a go. Hey, thing, can I have a hand? Get it? 'Cause the thing is a hand? Anyway. Now listen carefully. So as the bottle fills with water, the sound gets lower. The frequency of the vibrations slows down. This time, it's not the air inside the bottle that's shaking, but rather the bottle itself. Whoopsie. Sorry about that, thing. So, as the bottle fills with water, it gets heavier. This makes it increasingly more difficult for the glass to vibrate. So the vibrations slow down and the sound gets lower. So the great big really important question is, once you've emptied your glass bottle, into which bin should you place it? It's time to play a little game I like to call Which Bin? So our choices, as always, are a general curbside waste bin, a curbside recycling bin, a curbside green bin, or some other bin or place. Well, what do you reckon? Into which bin should we deposit our glass bottle? I'll give you a few moments to have a think. So have you thunk of an answer? This one's pretty easy, right? Glass bottles go straight into a general waste bin. Wait, what? Don't worry, I'm just kidding. Glass bottles go straight into the recycling. Of course, you knew that. And it doesn't matter what colour they are, so just chuck them in. Actually, let me rephrase that. Place glass bottles into your recycling very carefully. You don't want them to break. Broken glass should definitely not be put in a curbside recycling bin, as the shards can contaminate other items. The glass used to make bottles is 100% recyclable and can be used over and over and over again without any loss in quality. Of course, in this episode, we're just dealing with glass bottles, but not all glass should be put into your curbside recycling bin. Let's put a pin in that thought and revisit it in a few future episodes with lots of other fun science experiments. In the meantime, if you'll excuse me, I have some rehearsing to do. Recycling and waste management are evolving sciences, and rules vary from country to country, city to city, and council to council. Always check with your local council as to what thing should go into which bin. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and then head over to our website and social media pages for more garbagey goodness.